Engineering skills have for many years been in decline in the UK, with traditional apprenticeships being in short supply. Here in Essex, an innovative 2-year project was started in 2009 in an attempt to encourage more apprenticeships and engage local business to provide work-based placements. The Essex Apprentice project is managed by Essex County Council and is part-funded by the European Social Fund. Essex County Council employ the apprentices for 1 year while they're in college and out on work experience. They also work with training providers to help apprentices to find full-time employment. Its aim is to ensure that the supply of skilled, work-ready young people is maintained. Here in Harlow, local company Applied Scintillation Technologies was keen to get involved with the Essex Apprenticeship scheme.
Essex came to talk to us about the apprenticeship scheme that they were devising. They had recognised that many apprenticeships were really in the hairdressing market and engineering was falling behind, and they saw an opportunity to give youngsters a good start into engineering.
Working with one of 3 training providers, the Engineering and Manufacturing Apprentice Scheme gives local companies the opportunity to get youngsters to learn on the job after having completed a period of full-time training at a college. Working in a real-life environment gives apprentices a true feel for the job and also allows companies to assess youngsters for possible full-time employment. Here at AST, 3 apprentices are currently training within various departments.
The students would have 12 months full-time at Harlow College and then join AST to be able to extend that apprenticeship, and in our case would be for a period of 3 years. This would enable us to train the apprentices throughout all of our processes, and then ultimately they would get to the end of that apprenticeship and be looking to join us as a full-time employee, but in a more specialised area of their choice.
Aero engineering company Smiths already recognise the need for fully trained apprentices, with their management testament to the success of in-house training for long-term company success.
As a company, we've always employed apprenticeships. I was an ex-apprentice, started my time in 1979. Most of the management team are ex-apprentice in this facility. We employ 70 people, and I was pleased to be informed last year about the Essex Apprenticeship scheme that have taken this wholeheartedly and given it a boost.
The work involved here involves high-precision engineering, where apprentices gain a thorough knowledge of all techniques used.
The skills are mechanically driven mainly. They are inspection skills, so inspection measurement with computer-aided measuring equipment or manual equipment. And we have some bench studies, so we're doing hand fitting and assembly work. We have some CNC machining, which is the majority of what we do here. They go around the disciplines of turning CNC, manual turning, and then we're onto 5-axis, the high-end 5-axis machine tools using the milling machines.
In what is often considered a male-dominated industry, the Essex Apprentice project actively encourages women to choose a worthwhile career in engineering. Paige Tennyson is now working at AST, having made an early decision to become an engineer.
Literally, when I finished school, went to Harlow College, I went into level 2 in engineering and manufacturing with Essex. I do a variety of jobs, like I move around the company so I have a good idea what I do. I worked in the screen department, which makes X-ray screens. At the moment I'm in CSI, which makes FOPs, which if you go to the dentist and you get your teeth x-rayed, I make one of the components. I don't see it's a man's world. I was just like, if you enjoy it, you put yourself out there.
We make sure that we give them a programme of things that are achievable for them to do whilst they're with us. So they move around in different departments, and I get involved with their appraisals, which is the same sort of thing that we do for other people in the business, but obviously it's very important so that they know what it is that they're trying to achieve in whichever department that they go into. And I have to say, I keep them on the straight and narrow and make sure that they're doing the work that they should be doing.
Well, the nice thing about taking on the youngsters of this day is that they do come in with a lot of enthusiasm, and if you've got the time to be able to nurture that keenness, then you're getting an employee of your own making.
There's opportunities here for those people in sales, marketing, computer-aided design and manufacturing. So there are places, but without having that grounding for ground level and coming up to that standard, it's absolutely pointless.
A recent visit was made to Harlow by Councillor Stephen Castle, who is responsible for education in the county. His first visit was to Applied Scintillation Technologies, where he was given a guided tour of the manufacturing process. AST make various imaging products that are produced for dental, instrumentation, security and many other applications. The visit also gave him the opportunity to present plaques not only to the apprentices but to AST as well for their involvement in the apprentice scheme. Smiths at Harlow was also toured by Councillor Castle, where he met with their apprentices and also learnt about the precision work undertaken by this aero engineering company. They too received the plaque along with the apprentices. So what was Councillor Castle's overall impression of the companies he had seen?
I was really impressed with the two companies that we visited this morning. They're both, I think, great examples of how British business based in Harlow, doing well around the world, and both in terms of the technology that they're actually using in the companies, the products that they're making, and really proving the manufacturing industry is alive and well in Essex. Well, I think it's really important that we show youngsters the opportunities that come from the kind of learning that comes out of an apprenticeship. That combination of real-world working experience, actually getting your hands on the job in a company, and at the same time also matching that with state-of-the-art education, I think is really, really powerful. And the apprentices we've seen this morning, and indeed the businesses we've seen this morning, are really, really clear that this is the future for their industry and their companies. So I think really, really important programme, and really impressed with how passionate the trainees are, and indeed the employers.
The final visit was to Harlow College to view some of the facilities provided in support of the various courses taught. Recent improvements at the college have included dedicated areas for construction courses and engineering centres. Harlow College apprentices also received plaques in recognition of their achievement, where Councillor Castle outlined the importance of the apprenticeship scheme as a viable alternative to the university route.
Every young person needs to think about what is the best route for them. I left school at 18 and that was fine, and I went into an industry where I was trained on the job, very much did an apprenticeship and worked in the financial services industry and studied at the same time. That's really become less common over the last sort of 20 years or so, and I think that what we're almost relearning is that the best way for many people to get a grounding in the industry they go on to work in is to actually combine that experience in the workplace with experience on the academic side.
The success of Essex Apprenticeship has secured employment or further studying for 135 young people, at a time when engineering skills are crucial for economic recovery, not just within Essex, but for the UK as a whole.
I was amazed to see that somebody's actually taken this scheme and run with it, as Essex County Council has. I'm very thankful because it's produced good quality lads, and local lads to me as well.
It's the most brilliant opportunity to be able to come into a business and work, say, 4 days a week, be at college for 1 day a week, and so you've got the practical experience, and you've got mentors in the workplace and also mentors at the college.
If we can get more young people wanting to be involved in business, wanting to be involved in manufacturing and engineering, then that's got to be great for the Essex economy, and that's great for everybody in Essex.
The apprentice scheme in Essex will continue to support youngsters keen to forge a worthwhile career in engineering.
Well, we're very lucky that we've been able to continue funding both from Essex County Council but also from the European Union to support the apprenticeship programme, and we're really focusing now on some of those industry sectors that are really important to Essex businesses over the next 10-20 years.
There are certain criteria to become eligible for a place on an apprenticeship course, but details can be obtained from Essex County Council at www.essex.gov.uk/Essex Apprentice or email apprenticeships@essex.gov.uk.